While the excitement in the skies is the reason most people come to AirVenture, there is still plenty happening here on the ground. Some of the biggest aviation schools around were featured at the College Tailgate party. They invited students to consider what their future may hold for them and to see if the sky is really the limit. We got a chance to talk with several students and ask them about their college careers in aviation.
I'm going to school for professional flight. My major is a Bachelor's of Science in Professional Flight.
I'm going to UND majoring in commercial aviation with a specialization in aircraft safety and security.
I'm the manager for recruitment outreach and marketing for the university in the aviation program.
I'm a graduate from the University of Dubuque, graduated in 2012 with an aviation management degree. I first got interested in aviation when I was super little. My mom had this passion for going on an airplane ride, and that sparked it on me.
Anytime anybody ever asked me when I was a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up, I always said I wanted to be a pilot.
I was actually a sophomore in high school, and it was during spring break, and I went down to Florida for the first time on an airliner, and I absolutely loved it and just thought, hey, this is for me.
And though many would think that taking to the skies is just a dream, it could actually be much more.
It's important for colleges to come here because it gives the younger generations a view into how much we're recruiting these days, and that aviation is really not that out of reach.
So it's really like an eye-opener to a lot of people, and kids, who come to air shows when they're young, they get the bug. Well, they want to know where they can go get that training.
Coming to an air show like this or AirVenture like this, it gives the students the opportunity to have that feel of what would be the best place for them.
We teach kids, the science of aerodynamics. We teach them about the theory of flight and how that works.
We get them a plane ride, we teach them about aviation and kind of hopefully spark that interest in aviation they potentially could have not happened.
I call it the Peter Pan effect, because you see, it's the magic of aviation. They're like, how does something this big fly? And I think what that does is that sparks the interest. And so then those outreach programs go on into middle schools and doing aviation-related activities.
As with any pursuit, there are some obstacles, but there are ways to overcome them.
It's always been very expensive for students to pursue. The cost for flight training, the building of hours.
Aviation is not an inexpensive hobby. Overcoming them through either scholarships or grants, free money anywhere I can get it, and loans, definitely.
I think the toughest thing was just managing time and actually keeping yourself going through the program, because it's really up to you how quick you get done with everything. And so what I did is I just had a really good instructor who motivated me, and I just said, hey, the sooner I get done, the sooner I get to an airline and start making money and traveling. And so I just kept that in my mind, kept thinking about the big jets, and that kind of kept me going.
Getting a head start with a career path can differ between the college's accreditation.
They transferred over as aviation electives, and all I had to do was kind of get transitioned to flying Part 61 to now flying how UND does things.
What they did is they gave me credits for the private pilot lab. They told me I didn't have to redo it or anything, and they also gave me credits for the ground school. So I was done with those two things.
As long as the student has their private pilot's license, we accept it. It's obviously an FAA license, and so we do accept that. We are part of the university program that qualifies for the 500-hour reduction for the restricted ATP. We don't give college credit for it, but we recognize the license. And what they'll then come in and do is we'll do a transition course with them. Any student out there that wants to go into aviation, first off, do it. I mean, what a tremendous opportunity. We're in the biggest demand in aviation that we've seen in probably 40, 50, 60 years.
I would say definitely follow your heart. If you think that aviation is the right path for you, of course, do your research, learn about every single college, do as most campus visits as you can.
There is no better time than now. Right now, aviation in general, it doesn't matter if you want to go airlines or if you want to fly for a small company. Aviation is booming right now.
Definitely pursue math. Don't shy away from math and physics, any kind of those natural sciences.
You want to go to Paris when you're older for free? Well, why don't you be a pilot and you can do it?